boards, bags, bragging rights. This isn't just competition, it's connection. The toss, the talk, and the tension. Every shot says something. Every cheer means something. When the last bag hits the board, we don't just celebrate the win. We celebrate who we're with. Real cheers for a real American beer.
Hey, what do you say, Hullheads? We got the band back together. It's Taco Tuesday, no man's land.
Woo!
That time between the end of season 20 and the time before we get started season 21. You have been all over the place. We'll get to that here in just a moment. Finn, the loudmouth of the ACO, Frank Gears, the cornhole dude. Maybe you're new to the taco. I don't know that we did a very good job of telling new people about it, so maybe tell somebody you don't know that, or you know that doesn't know about it, if you would. You get my drift? Cheers to you. You saw the way we opened the show. Congratulations and hail to the king, the brand new king, Sebastian Barger. Well done, young man. You may or may not see him again in the shot of the week coming up here. Okay, you will. Probably no surprise there. Not a lot of surprises in this particular episode, but we do have some new information to share with you about season 21 and even some new cities added to the early calendar that you've seen. More coming on the rest of the majors schedule. We promise you that. An update on Monster Cornhole, which is already into season 2. But let's talk about where you are. You and LaBelle left Tulsa and then went to Kansas City?
Yeah, we headed off to Kansas City, ended up hooking up with Magnum over there with Basement Bags. Got a real nice treat that he took us to a little private club that we're actually trying to work on making something special there pre-Thursday night major there in Kansas City. We got a chance to see where we're going to be playing at the home field there. So it was a special opportunity to stop by Kansas City. And I'm telling you what, right now, Finn, I think that's going to become one of our marquee top 10 events, easy, right out the gate, the gate. So very special. And then from there, we ventured up the road. I think I told you this. We went up to do the National Senior Games.
Yeah, Des Moines. Yep.
Yeah, we headed on up to Des Moines where we had Tammy and Junior and Juana and Margaret and Ryan and myself, all entertaining 300 seniors.
That's
now,
great.
I'm in that class right now, Finn. They classify a senior. I think all of us are in that class anymore. 50 years old to 99 plus, and we ended up having three gentlemen who were in their 99 plus category. But it was a blast. That was in Des Moines, Iowa. And the facility we're at there was pretty unique and special too. And I got to be honest, Des Moines might be a spot that I look to the future to possibly try to pull off a major for us there too. But no, Kansas City was an awesome time. It was great hanging out with Ryan LaBelle. He and I had quite the road trip, and now I'm back here. I come back, spend the last week kind of organizing the warehouse, getting a lot of the monster prizes, cleaned up and out the door. So a lot of the T-shirts have now been sent out. It's just been a whirlwind since us, and we've been working on, contracts to finalize the season. Got the first half of the season posted with a few of them, under the books. But we got the second half we're getting ready to push out there, and still working on a couple in the front end here.
Well,
but,
it's
dude,
amazing.
It's been busy.
And I mean, as we get ready for season 1, a couple of final thank yous. Our friends from Shields, Tulsa, Jay and his whole team out there for the great bookending of the World Championships, and then also to Real American Beer. And you saw a little tip of the hat, the cowboy hat, to them up front as well. So appreciate everybody there. I think everybody had a good time. Everybody clearly loved the facility. Say hey to Sing Sing, first one in here to say let's go. What do you say, gents? Says Taco Bell Bag. I think that's Eric, yeah? Craig Smith, good evening. Finn and Frank. Buddy, that's why I'm dressed like the sunshine. I appreciate the t-shirt. And here with the NFL season starting, because this is the color scheme of my Pittsburgh Steelers, this is the closest I'm going to get to supporting them this year until they get rid of Aaron Rodgers.
I think you were trying.
Thank you for the black and gold.
I think you were mimicking the boxes that we store stuff in here at the warehouse.
Oh yeah, we do have the black and gold crates. I probably should have been sitting on one of those.
That would have been funny.
But thank you guys, I appreciate that. Kalen, good to see you on here, brother. Chris Wilson, first year playing ACO, very excited. That's exactly what we love to see. The Wiz checking in. Happy Wednesday, Finn and Frank. Yeah, it is Wednesday where he is now. Oh, we are on YouTube and Facebook, so we're on both right now. So you want to check Facebook, I'll keep an eye on YouTube. Which does lead me to another question. We talked about this during the Worlds, and I am curious. Facebook provides probably quicker, easier access maybe for you to watch the streams. YouTube, clearly a better looking product when all is said and done. But the question is, and feel free to put it in the comments of either platform, where would you prefer? One or the other, or to have the option of both? Our idea was really YouTube was just better quality, but some people don't like the fact that they just chunk ads right in the middle of stuff. I understand that. It's frustrating for us as well, but if you'd like to see it on both, if you have a preference, we'd love to know that. Throw that down in the comments. I gotta say, Finn, that's the smartest I've seen you look on the taco. Frank could have at least made an effort.
I did.
Yeah.
My wife didn't do the laundry.
Oh, okay.
I've been wearing it all week.
The pink one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love it. I actually was wearing it on Monday.
Margaret Barrett, good to see you.
And by the way, it's like 98 degrees here, so I was sweating in that t-shirt.
It is hot as balls. Margaret Barrett, good to see your nose coming up over the waterline as well. Getting ready to get season 21 started.
Douglas Parker says all day Facebook.
All right, very good. Both would be great here. This season, are there going to be ACO t-shirts and hoodies available to order online for online shipping, says Maureen. So there always are.
Working on that. There's a few of them out there. We're working on that. All
right. So we talked about the National Senior Games. Canada is right around the corner. The first of two majors in Canada, September, and then again in May, Prince Edward Island. You'll see that pop up on the schedule. Thanks again to you guys for the tea and our bag partners. We've got how many bag partners now?
It's just over 60.
Just over 60.
Just over 60.
So
and, probably 15 like new.
Brand new, yeah. So the brand new scroll will be starting here as we get underway on season 21. So you can see the bag partners that are approved and ready to go and will be stamped for season 21. So welcome to all of you. Two very cool things. We were talking about YouTube. A lot of brand new content, and this is why we say subscribe and hit that notification bell, because when new content gets popped out there, we've got themed content, basically 6 new pieces a week coming out from different highlights from the Worlds that have been put together in cool little packages. And we're going to start banging out some emails as a reminder that each week, as long as we have the content, 5 to 6 new pieces of content will be released each week. So you'll be able to see that at the top of the feed. We'll go back and share maybe some classic pieces with you as well. But the YouTube channel is really getting cranked up with great content from Worlds 20. So make sure you check that out. And something else that's very cool, and this is why, and I'm going to let you guys kind of handle this conversation because I'm not smart enough to understand it. I know when things look cool. I'm a geometry guy, not an algebra guy. So I'm more visual. This GridLogic thing for the ACO directors is badass. And it is rolling out. It's being unveiled for the ACO certified official directors to claim your areas that you're going to be running your regionals. Correct me if I get any of this wrong, which I probably will. But it is also open to the public as well, if you would like to go out and start claiming areas as a potential, a new CO, a new director, whatever it is. So talk a little bit about this map.
I mean, the first thing is it's key to let everybody know that if you are a organizer of cornhole tournaments in your area, have never worked with the ACO, and want to start working with the ACO, this is something you need to go out to. You go out to this map, the GridLogic on the ACO website, and you look for territory. You look for the neighborhood that you're in. You look for the place that your venue is in, and see if that territory has been claimed by somebody else out there in the cornhole community. If it is not, I recommend that you claim it. It's a very simple process. You're just going to be able to click on.
Okay, if it's still claimed, still fill out your application.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Yeah, absolutely. So Eric is reminding me, and I definitely want to make sure that everybody knows this, but even if the territory is claimed by somebody else that's already running, Finn, get your name on a waiting list, because that person may not always keep that territory, or they may not do the things that they need to do to retain that territory. If they drop that territory, then you're next in line to be able to take over that territory. So this is like honestly, Finn, I think it's going to turn into a little bit of a gold rush. It's like the territory is out there. Go claim it before it's too late is really what I would say to people.
Well, and I think the thing that this shows you, there's a couple things. It's broken out into a grid that is dispassionate. There's no emotion involved in this. It's based on population density, membership density, former players that are there, venue availability. There's all sorts of different information that you can use to base your decisions on the areas that you want to go in and take control of. It also shows you that you might live in a state where everything's really densely populated around you and you've got a number that you're comfortable with. But there are still people out on that fringe that will still travel that distance to come in and be a part of what you have. Also, it then shows you what else is going on in the state. Because one director has a nice chunk, there are still hundreds of thousands of players out in each state that may not even know that we exist in this form or function or fashion. So it's a great way for you to go in, see the demographic information, see the venues, see the former players, see the current players, members, everything else, and it'll pump out where the majors are as well.
Yeah,
so you'll be able to see
the proximity of major, the closest major to your territory as you look at it.
Yeah.
And that's one of our goals has always been, Finn, to make the ACO accessible to the entire United States and the rest of the world eventually as we continue to go outside the states. But right now we're talking about the United States. We're talking about the GridLogic system. We're talking about your opportunity to grab your backyard and own your backyard.
Yeah.
So that's really what it's all about. And if you are passionate about cornhole and want to help see this sport continue to grow as it's been growing over the last 20 seasons, 20 years, jump on board this year, man. Season 21, Finn, is going to be spectacular. And this GridLogic thing that Eric and the team that he's been working with behind the scenes have been
amazing.
Amazing. It's
well, and I kind of look at this. I always like to have metaphors for everything. And for me, it's like, let's just take the continental U.S. is a garden, okay? And the corn is planted all over, okay? These are the tools and the different things that have been provided through Whitney and Amber and the CO program for the directors. This is your direct pipeline to them. This is a way for us, when you plant yourself in an area, to grow. We feed this to you, you grow. And then the ultimate goal is that you grow, and as you grow, it fills in the cornfield and we grow. So it's the tools that you need and the food that you need to feed what you're growing. And then as you broaden out and grow, it makes the ACO stronger and more dense throughout the country.
Yeah, and I put a challenge out there, and we have a lot of good bag partners that already get this and understand this. I want to challenge the new bag partners and some of the existing older bag partners that have been with us for a long time. You know, we talk about trying to grow the player base, trying to grow the clientele, both for you and for us to grow this sport. Go out there. If you know somebody in a neighborhood, it doesn't have to be in the same state you're even in. If you have a buddy that lives in Idaho, tell your buddy this might be of interest to them to jump on board to this program. But you, as bag partners, know a lot of people in the cornhole world, in the cornhole industry. Have your friends go out and fill these forms out.
Well, we talk about it at every major. There's 12 to 15 at majors, 12 to 15 states represented, coming in from everywhere. So as you leave, you can leave with a little bit of extra knowledge. You can leave with another contact, maybe somebody you hadn't met. But we know that it is pervasive throughout the continental United States, that there are players out there. We hear this quite a bit. How do I get involved? Who's the closest person to me? If you can't figure it out from this thing, then it can't be figured out. This is unbelievable, this program. And this GridLogic, and a tip of the hat to Howell, too. I know you didn't mention him by name, but...
well, he's been one of the people that have been involved with this for sure.
Part of this team. I mean, the point of the spear has absolutely been Heinerman, and the amount of work that he has put into this and worked with Whitney
and Amber
and these guys. It was a Herculean task, but it is so
big ass word.
Cool. Yeah. Well, it's just a play off of Hercules.
No, it's good stuff.
But you know what I mean? This is a monster opportunity, no pun intended, for you to go out there and see it all. You will see it all, and you can make your decisions based on data, not just on your gut feeling. It is, I mentioned, dispassionate. There's no emotion involved in this. No one's getting preferential treatment. It's there. You can either buy it and control it, or you don't.
Well,
That's
and
it.
an important thing to tell everybody too is once you claim that territory, I mean, there is an ask. You have to continue to
gotta work
support
it.
the players and work that territory.
Yeah.
Because if you don't work that territory, you do have the opportunity of losing that
Yeah.
territory. But once you have it, it really is yours to lose, dude. I
Yeah.
mean, it's your. I don't want to call it a franchise, but it kind of is a little bit of a
Now,
franchise.
it's the 11th commandment. I don't know if you saw that when it was carved in on the back of the one. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's territory. Or you may, but thou shalt make sure it stays active.
Well, what's fun is, you know what? It actually, the map itself is really fun, Finn, in and of itself. Just to go around and click on these different like areas. If you're just a player, go out and play around with the map because it's really kind of cool. Because if you live in, you know, a certain part of the country, find out where you live. You can actually just plug your address in, and the map will take you right to
It'll
that
zoom to
address.
it.
And then you could click on that area to see how many players or what the closest major is. It's just a lot of fun stuff to even just do playing with the map.
Well, and you bring up an interesting point because proximity is the key. Sometimes you hear the name of a state and you go, oh my God. And then you realize that's actually closer than to two of the other ones that I might go to. So Tulsa was one of those for me. I felt like Tulsa was a million miles away, but it actually was an 11.5-hour drive. It was an easy drive. Hit St. Louis and boom, just keep going Springfield or west. But when I saw it on the map, I'm like, oh, it's you really can get a feel for how close this community really is. And as we continue expanding west, you'll get a sense of how we continue to grow there as well. So the bag companies like Haggard and State 31 and some of these others that have had, you know, and
Zero out there.
Zero bags and the Morrises and a handful of players that we've seen coming in from the West Coast. This is a great way to kind of fill in the cornfield, if you will. So it's all about growth. It's all about corn. I'm out of metaphors. So let's move on. Monster Cornhole. We made mention of that. And then when we will have more on, we're going to try to figure out, by the way, on the GridLogic, ways to kind of show it to you more actively. But you saw a really good visualization of it there just a moment ago. But Amber and Whitney, CO at AmericanCornhole.com is the place to go to find a direct pipeline to them. They will hook you up with the information. I know that some things have been tweaked and fine-tuned, but we're getting those processes in place. And I think everything that you're going to need is going to be right there for you. Monster Cornhole, season 2 already underway. A couple of states already dominating.
First of all, we had such a successful first launch of Monster, and it's rolling into the same thing. Like I was mentioning to you, I just sent out another, I think it was 20 T-shirts today. We sent out like 40 T-shirts yesterday. I've got 15 to 20 more that are going out tomorrow. So love all the prizes and awards that have been given away to everybody. But now season 2 is already underway. And believe it or not, Finn, we're 5 weeks into season 2. There's already like 1,200 people that are in the rankings. Some of these names that you saw last season that were chasing that. You know, Eric Hoppajohns is currently standing in number 1 position, followed by Ryan Dennis. We've got Indiana and Kentucky really dominating the leaderboard right now. But we saw as last season progressed, more and more of these states started jumping in and getting in that top
Illinois,
20.
Georgia, Florida, Virginia.
I think there's a Georgia player that now has already surfaced in the top 20 here. So we've already got 1,200 plus players. We're only 5 weeks into the season. This thing goes through December 31st. So we have several months left. But it's a lot of fun. We're going to be adding some more prizes, I think, too, within the next 3, 4, 5 weeks as we move along here.
Did we have a winner in July? Hoppy wants to know.
Did we have a winner of the month?
Yeah.
We got to go back and look because, honestly, coming off of the World Championships, we did not get a chance to double check that.
So the answer is yes. Do we know who it is? Not just yet. Hang in there. Corn on the pod. You can just give Craig the whole of Scotland. So just have him go in and click Scotland, and he can have it. That's all you got to do, Craig, is just tell everybody to do it.
Click on Scotland.
Click Scotland.
It's yours.
Didn't you guys used to have regions like that? It says Sing Sing.
By the way, Craig, I did listen to you guys on your podcast the other day and caught a little bit of your tales from Tulsa. And it was awesome. I loved hearing some of the stuff that you talked about. And actually, maybe on our next show, I would love to maybe clip out some of his some of that podcast and share it on our podcast with our players because again, this is somebody coming to the World Championships from a different country that had just an amazing experience. So
yeah, Hoppy says it was him. That's why he was asking. I kind of guessed that, but anyway, I wasn't going to jump out there in case it wasn't. And then also, Craig, keep an eye out too. The whole magazine, the final version of it is going to be out here soon, and we got a neat little article in there that was written mainly by Craig about his experience, and I think you're going to get a kick out of that. So season 2 underway for Monster Cornhole, prizes continuing to be dished out there. A little bit, we're going to get to some upcoming schedule stuff here in a moment, but we do have, we want to throw out some good vibes and ask everybody to do the same thing for Tracy Pyle, who went through a procedure, we'll just say, without getting too far into the HIPAA violations.
Her cornhole game is going to be back, no pun intended, after this. Didn't mean that.
There's your HIPAA violation right there.
But hey, by the way, I also want to call out Rocky here, man, from Templar Cornhole in the Washington State area, man. That's going to be good stuff. Can't wait to be out there. We're trying to get a couple other majors up in your neck of the woods. You've already got 2 up there in Oregon at Medford, but maybe a couple more to come along.
Yep, very good. So Tracy, I hope you're feeling better. I know that happened last week, so we've kind of been checking in on her, but if you can throw some vibes out to Tracy Pyle and anybody else in the ACO family that could use them, that would be great. Now, prior to that, she and Rich put together a shot of the week, and ultimately it was probably the shot of the World Championships. You won't be surprised when you see what it is, but maybe you haven't gone back and looked at it again. So check this out. It's this week's World Championships of Cornhole Season 20 Tulsa shot of the tournament.
Thanks, Finn and Frank. Welcome to this segment brought to you by Whole Nation. I'm your host, Rich Pyle. I'm going to show you a cornhole shot from a recent tournament. A pivotal shot, a game-changing shot, a shot you don't get to see every day. Check out this shot of the week.
Let's start this off first by saying, congratulations, Sebastian Barger, for becoming the world champion, the ACO Season 20 King of Cornhole. And what better way to take the title but this? Airmail drag for the win. Great shooting, King of Cornhole.
Thanks for watching this week's Shot of the Week. Now let's turn it back over to the Taco Show with Frank and Finn at the ACO World Headquarters. Frank, Finn?
Pretty amazing. I got to be honest with you. What a finish, what an eruption, what a reaction. Reminds me a little bit of Ferg's win in Bradenton, a little bit about the way they stormed the court for Sebastian. And what's interesting about that shot is he tried the same exact thing in the previous frame, and it was just missed just a little bit. And he went in and dropped the hammer. But what a great match. And I'll tell you something. We saw some of the best shot making at this World's all in one place that we've ever seen. And we saw a lot of new people and a lot of new names and games all over the 3 different streams. But on center court, I can tell you, and Phil and I talked about this off air, we saw some of the best shot making, and we have so many.
And you've seen a lot of shots.
Great instant replays, yeah. And
for the years.
We were recently at a major, one of the last couple majors, and we had commented about how we didn't see a lot of great risk taking shot making. We saw a lot of defense, a lot of dirtying it up. But this time we saw people really going for it, and that was a perfect way to end a World Championships, and it was a perfect way to crown a brand new king, a Tulsa king, as a matter of fact. And so congratulations again, Sebastian. Let's see.
Here, let me answer Matt Hansen. Okay. Matt Hansen chimed in here. We were talking about GridLogic earlier. He applied back in July and was wondering when he's going to be able to sign up, because he's got a bunch of players that are looking to come in. First of all, Matt, I'm excited that you're coming on board. Second thing is, just give us just a wee bit longer. Everything is live now. We had some technical issues with technology stuff that was being developed on the backside, but everything now is kind of tweaked out. As of the latter half of this week, we should be running full steam into going through all these applications, approving everything. So by the beginning, middle of next week, we should be in good shape.
And the other thing was the calendars were all processed first, so all
Oh, and the governors were processed first, so there's a hierarchy to the processing to get people the assistance that they need if you're working your way in. From
and that's coming from the man that knows stuff.
Yes. Yeah. I don't know why we're on this side of the camera and he's over there. In fact, we're gonna mic him up next time. So when
you're welcome, Matt Hansen. Appreciate it, brother.
When he's rolling you through this, we're gonna figure out a way to get him to be able
Dallas
to explain
Parsley
this to
says we're looking good, baby.
How
He's
about
in
that?
there saying we're looking good, baby. Hey, Dallas.
Dallas knows good looking. I'll tell you that much right now. Can we have a tournament for the bag makers at next year's Worlds? Says Aaron Steinstra. A tournament for the bag makers.
It's pretty. I mean, it's a fine idea. What I think that we need to do is we'll try to figure out on the front end where we could fit it. There's just no room for that though, because that's the biggest thing. I mean, we got tournament after tournament. Yeah. So.
Well, there is a ranking system for the bag makers, correct? And the Bagmaster quads kind of became a bastardized version of that. But, you know, and I think maybe we make that as part of the package. If you sponsor and you come in, then we create a tournament for the sponsored bag partners that come in. And
well, the
tailgater
tailgater program is basically that.
It kind of is.
The tailgater program is where, if you're not familiar with the tailgater program, it's where bag partners come in, have a chance to set up a booth at the Worlds, have a chance to sponsor a couple of tournaments, one or two of them, and then their winning teams get to represent them on Championship Saturday, playing, you know, with their bags.
Yeah. So it kind of is and kind of isn't, but I think he's talking about more specifically for people that work for the bag maker company. So that's something that, I mean, we're always tweaking and figuring out other angles to take. We'll take a look at that and see before we get.
Well, that would be the World Championships though, because they're playing with their bags. Right?
Well, but I mean, but they're not playing. It's not staff members for the bag.
Oh, he's talking about staff.
Yeah, that's
membership
well, I guess I don't know. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
If you want it just to be people that work for the bag maker, then
no, I like that idea.
Yeah, you'd have
that
to
is a fun. It's kind of like the Lifers tournament or something like that, where
and I think
if
that's
you're
what
the
it means.
owner of the company, you're playing against the other owners of companies.
Yeah, it's like Hair Club for Men. You're not just a player; you're also the president. Let's talk about the new season, and we released a partial list of majors getting us through Owensboro, Kentucky, where we return for the Super Major, and it's going to be an absolutely awesome pro series. But we start, what is today, the 12th? 17 days.
It's around the corner.
It's hard to believe. You can see it from here.
I got 10 days of still sleeping in my bed at home, and then it's over.
And then it's off and running again. But this in Buffalo at Riverworks, oh, she's thrilled. At Riverworks is a 3-day event, 29, 30, and 31 in Buffalo. And this Riverworks complex is awesome. There's so much cool stuff going on around there. By next week, I will figure out the name of the little Irish bar right across the bridge where we ate, had outstanding food. The drinks were awesome and whatnot, but we'll share some of that with you as well. But Buffalo is a very unique
it is.
venue.
So it's number one, it's a very unique venue. I love it, man. The times that I've been up there, I wasn't up there last year or possibly the year before, but I've been up there twice and have enjoyed the times I've been up there. But one thing that's important to know about Buffalo, it is slightly different schedule, just slightly different schedule than our regular majors. It starts Friday night with Adaptive, which Adaptive started up in Buffalo. That is a very successful one there. That is where we will be running Adaptive this year. Don't know where we're going to run any additional Adaptives this year, but we're still going to keep that in the back burner to be doing some stuff with it. Second thing is that same night on Friday, we're running the Luck of the Draw, the blind draw, the big blind. That's going to be at 6 o'clock as usual on a Friday. Saturday is exactly the same. It's ditto like we do every major, so nothing changes with Saturday. Sunday, we've moved basically everything Finn that was on Friday and transferred that over to Sunday, except for that big blind draw. So on Sunday, in the morning, we start with juniors, seniors, and women's, and then that's at 9 o'clock kicks off. Then at noon, we kick off with the co-ed, and then at 3 o'clock, we kick off the quads, which ends our tournament there that weekend. However, what's really cool, starting at 5, you've been to Riverworks, you know, they got live music and everything coming in. That's Labor Day weekend. It is going to be a party there on the river. It's going to be rocking there.
It is bumping, and their food is fantastic. The pizza was awesome. They've got an indoor stage, and I looked at the stage and I asked the bartender, Heinerman, and I were sitting at the bar. I said, "What can you get in here? About 1,200, 1,300 people in here?" He goes, 4,500 to 5,200.
Is that right?
Yeah, for a show. It's so much bigger than you think it is when you're in it. It's unbelievable. But there's boat
That's a ton
parades and
more.
people partying up and down the river. It's really awesome, and I'm hoping that we get a chance to get back up there for that one this year. Now, right after that, boom, September is off and running. Lake Charles at the Civic Center, September 5th and 6th, September 12 and 13. Back to the Glass City Center in Toledo, which is always a great spot right there. A lot of great restaurants and everything within walking distance of the Glass City Center. Then Canada, the first of two Canadian majors there at PEI, Prince Edward Island. That's going to be 26 and 27, right just north of Nova Scotia, out past Maine and kind of up in here. You definitely, if you have an opportunity to do that, I think this would be a perfect time of year to get there. The next one is then in May. And again, springtime will be outstanding. I'm hoping to get to both of them some way, somehow, even if I'm not doing anything, which I typically don't.
Did you say Lake Charles?
I did. I started with Lake Charles, September 5th and 6th. Where did you go?
Well, we got Tahoe too that was coming up in that mix that I have to talk about. Oh,
we're getting there. I'm going over the ones I know about, and then
he's throwing it over to me.
And then I was going to let you surprise people with some others that are being added. Canada, the Eastlake Center there in Charlottetown, PEI, awesome. September 26th and 27th, same weekend. It's going to be the Legends Major there in Bryan, Texas. If you've been to Legends, you know how cool that facility is. Right there at the Texas A&M, just outside the campus there. Great party town. Love the facility.
One of my favorites.
Really cool, and we met a lot of great players that have been playing with us ever since. Scott Beck, first place we ever met him. A host of other players from Texas. Some great bag makers in that area. Love that facility. Then October 3rd and 4th, Spooky Nook in Hamilton is back. That's Pro Series #1. So those are the 5 that you've seen on the schedule. Peppered in amongst that are
Tahoe.
Lake Tahoe.
We're going to Tahoe, baby. I'm excited about this one.
What month?
Man. September.
September.
Baby. We haven't gotten that past September. I don't. Oh, we started October with just
Yes.
the Hamilton one. But no, we're going to Tahoe. We are also still in the final negotiation stages of Atlantic City. So I cannot guarantee 100% yet that Atlantic City is happening, but I want to tell you that in the next day or two, we will know. And if it does not happen, we're working on a backup plan. So
And
I'll
if
let
it does
you know about
happen, that would also take place in
September.
September.
So you want me to skip forward to everything in this first half? Or
No, I
is
think
that- you're going
there
by
was
month?
one other city that you said you were.
Fort Smith.
There it
so
is.
Fort Smith is in December. So Fort Smith has been added. That one is under lock, signed contract in December. We are in Arkansas, Fort Smith, Arkansas. I did not get a chance to compete at that one last year, but it was an amazing one because we had a bunch of people dressing up in Santa outfits and elf outfits and all sorts of stuff, having fun. Especially I remember Candler. Jamie and Jordan were out there in fun gear.
There's helpful elves.
I don't know if Tina got in any kind of gear, but I know Aaron Candler, who loves to dress up, was out there doing his thing.
It's funny with him; you can never tell if he's dressed up or if he's not.
Or if he's not,
He just kind of always is.
That's him.
But yeah, so those are just some that you haven't seen yet, and that's why we mentioned it was a partial schedule. More will be added. The back half of the season will be added as well. We're working out the different stream teams and opportunities. We might have a couple of new folks doing streaming with us as well. So to get more coverage, as much coverage as we possibly can. Some we may not be able to. That's kind of the way it works. I mean, Bentonville is always tough based on space, certain, different things. But as much of this as we can, we will have covered for you. I'm really excited. I'm the Lake Tahoe one. I just love hearing Lake Tahoe. It's one of the most beautiful places on earth. It's right up there with that when we went up to Crater Lake.
Oh, you went up there. I didn't get to
Medford.
go up there.
Oh, you haven't seen Crater?
No, I've not. I've been wanting to. I'm going in October to Bedford. I can't wait to be there.
It's that and Lake Tahoe are two places that you will stand and look at it, and you will look at it and go, "This cannot be real. What I'm looking at can't be real," and you cannot judge distance. You look back, you look over there, you go, "Is that a mile away or is that 20 miles?" You just don't know. It's really mind-boggling, but so many different places we're trying to get to that have cool things. I mean, I think a lot of people discovered things about Tulsa that they didn't know anything about. I came home and watched Tulsa King over again, and I'm like, "There's the Aloft Hotel. There's 5th Street. There's this place that we went to. There's that place that we went to." And then I had to look up, like, is that a real car dealership in Tulsa? No. But is this place real? Yes. And the coffee shop and all this stuff is really cool. So, again, the excitement over season 21 is about the gameplay, but also just about the places that we get to go together. And honestly,
Aaron Lambert's asking, when will tickets be available? That is, all the tournaments for the first 8, 9, 10 are being uploaded in the system over the next few days. I would say as early as this weekend, we might be able to have you be able to start buying tickets.
Great. Awesome. Are you playing doubles this year? Hoppy wants to know.
Who does?
Hoppy.
Hoppy? I'm trying to play
Are you
doubles.
throwing doubles with him? That's what he says. Are we throwing doubles?
Oh, he's not. We only threw doubles a couple times, and then he kicked me off his team, Hoppy. You just threw me off. You kicked me to the curb. I wasn't good enough for you, man. You know I don't have game to hang with you.
Good call. Thursday night Frank is different than Saturday night Frank.
I just speak the truth, man. Yeah. I'm all about the truth and nothing but the truth.
Yeah. You are Mr. Transparency. All right. Well, I tell you what. That was a lot more than I thought we actually had to talk about and tell you about, but hopefully you're as excited about season 21 being right there and ready to rock and roll.
Well,
yes.
The one thing I do want to share before you kind of bring closure to everything is one of the fun changes, I think, at the majors this year is what we've done with quads. And what we've done with quads is, as people know, last year it was you and I signed up as a partner, and then we get drawn a random team as another partner to make our quads team. This year what we're doing with quads is everybody is signing up as an individual, and there's going to be 4 unique players that get drawn together, which I'm really excited about.
So it's not a BYOP, it's a BYOS. Bring your own self.
Bring your own self,
That's
baby.
It. All right. Well, very good. That'll be something a little bit different, a little fly in the ointment, and it will make for some interesting chemistry. It could end up creating some ad hoc teams, and we saw some great ad hoc teams at the Worlds this year that didn't expect to be playing together that came in, and there is a change in your earnings of points for doubles this year. Do you want to reiterate that about the points that you need for doubles to qualify for Worlds?
I'll let you reiterate that.
Okay. Well, correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't you have to you had to have all your points with the same person?
Right.
And now you don't.
Yes. There you go. You corrected it.
Look how easy
So
that
you
was.
know everything.
Yeah. Can you smell that? Because I just pulled it straight out of my ass. Anyway.
All's good.
All right. Very good. I think that's going to do it. I think it's time to give you your Taco Tuesday back. Thank you for checking it out here, the No Man's Land edition. We'll have some updates for you next week. Hopefully more dates, hopefully tickets on sale, and some other things. But spread the word, share the love. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't. Hit the bell for notifications. Go to the YouTube channel. Watch for emails to remind you of the new themed content that's going to be going out. You'll get a chance to revisit some great stuff, maybe some classic pieces as well. Great work being done on the back end to provide the content to make it happen. GridLogic, the locking down the tournaments, the stream teams, everything, just charging full speed ahead. Season 21 is going to kick ass. And we don't do this anymore. I'll do this and you go like this.
There you go. That's it.
Boom, boom. 21. Very good. All right. I'm Finn the Loudmouth for the ACO. I'm Parched. I'm going to turn things over to him to wrap it up the way we always do. Frank, here's the cornhole dude. You have one job and one job only left to do.
This is all I do, baby. Keep on pitching.
Cornhole is more than a game. It's more than a way of life. It's people. It's stories. It's the kind of bond that's built in backyards and tested in tournaments, and sealed with a handshake and a cold beer. At the ACO, family isn't a slogan. It's who we are. And the moment you show up, you're one of us.
The first major we ever came to, and we brought our little ones with us, I had a double stroller. And I love that my kids have grown up in the ACO now. Everybody knows who they are. So it doesn't matter if you're a mom or an aunt, it doesn't matter. You can bring your children here and there's never anything to worry about. My kids now have friends all over the country and they get so excited to be able to see everybody whenever we travel. So watching them grow up and then being in this atmosphere of watching everybody be a family as a whole is one of my favorite parts.
Hi, I'm Rich Pyle, the host of Hole Nation, where we share everything this cornhole and a lot more. Follow us on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, and catch our new videos every Wednesday at 7. And remember, whether it's sticky or slick side down, bring it.
Around here, light can bring out the best in you. It can make you believe you'll find the buried treasure. Tempt you to bet on yourself. convince you there's room for one more bite, and beg you to stay out way past your bedtime. Don't say we didn't warn you. Come find your island, Prince Edward Island.
The American Cornhole Organization. Yeah, it's a real thing since 2005. Find out how to play, where to play, and compete nationwide. Scan now to join the ACO family at AmericanCornhole.com. The ACO. We are cornhole.